this is Dimes, a professional 2K League player who gets paid to compete at the highest level, and also happens to be known as the greatest center of all time. And this is his build, the #1 ranked center build in NBA 2K24, and for good reason too. It is a 7'1" build that can absolutely punish people in the paint, light it up from 3 every single game, and be a defensive anchor in the paint that every team needs. Or at least that's what Dimes can do on this build. So today I'm going to make this build and we're gonna find out if it's really the best center build in the entire game, or if it's only considered the best because one of the greatest 2K players ever is the one controlling it. So the first thing we gotta do is make the build. Shout out to Bucks Gaming for sharing the build, their socials will be down below. And this monster of a center build is 7'1", the weight 249 pounds, and a massive 7'11" wingspan. The most notable attributes on this build are a 92 standing dunk, so you can abuse the contact standing dunk meter, which is absolutely broken this year, a surprisingly low 79 mid-range and 74 3-point rating, which I guess shouldn't be that surprising. Dimes is the one that pilots this build. I'm not trying to glaze him crazy, but he could probably green with a 65 3-point, alright? But I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna have to see how good it is for the average player. A 92 pass accuracy, so you can throw absolute bullet passes from the paint to the opposite corner on fast break. A 90 strength, so you get gold brick wall and can absolutely bully everybody. And finally, the defense and rebounding is actually kind of surprising to me. He went a 99 offensive rebound, which I'm sure is very important at the highest competitive level, but I personally never recommend going higher than 93 because it costs so much in the builder. So we're gonna see if that's really worth it today. A 90 defensive rebound, usually I go 85, so 90 is also more than I'd usually spend, so this is gonna be interesting to see. And once again, a surprisingly low 77 block and 61 interior defense. The block is a little lower than my normal comfort zone, so this is gonna take some time to adjust to. At the highest level in 2K, their positioning is gonna be nearly perfect. But for me, I'm probably gonna get punished because I'm gonna be out of position rotating late, and I'm not gonna have that high block and high anchor rating to bail me out. So listen, if I get dunked on in this video, I'm gonna need you to comment that you ain't see nothing. But here is the full build that Bucks Gaming released that we're gonna be trying out, and depending how this goes, at the end of the video, I might make some changes to make it better for casual players like you and me. But who knows, maybe the build is perfect as it is. So let's find out. Game number 1, and the first thing I noticed is that every rebound was mine. It didn't matter if I had good position, bad position, if there was one person in the paint or 2 people in the paint. I could have been texting in the middle of this game and pressed Y and still got every single rebound that I wanted. And I'm not even talking offensive with my 99 rating, I'm talking defensive with just the 90 overall rating. So yeah, first things first, the rebounding was elite. The next thing I noticed is that I could do a little bit of everything. Builds that can do it all are rare on NBA 2K24 because the builder usually forces you to sacrifice in certain areas. But at first, I really couldn't find a weakness in this build. If I caught the ball in the paint, I was standing dunk metering and getting a free green. If I caught the ball in the 3-point line, I was either greening wide open or shooting over people so efficiently they had to double team me towards the end of the game. And every time I got a rebound, I would start the fast break by throwing the ball all the way down the court so my team gets a free bucket. Now, I will say for some reason the passes weren't very accurate sometimes, even with the 92 pass accuracy. But honestly, I think the blame there was that my break starter was only on gold instead of Hall of Fame because I just made the build. Because every center build I make has a 92 pass accuracy, and those passes always go through. So I think once I get my Hall of Fame break started, I'll be making those passes effortlessly 99% of the time. But yeah, y'all, game 1, the build lived up to the hype. It really felt like the #1 ranked center build in the entire game. My first rec game on the build, I ended with an insane 14 point, 17 rebound, 22 assists triple-double. I was really out here running second PG for my team, and y'all know me, usually I'm the one scoring the most points on my team, so it was really nice to take a step back and let my team shine instead. So game 1, I was putting up stats all across the board. Game 2 and 3, I wanted to focus a little more on scoring and see what this build could do offensively. And yeah, it's a beast offensively too, bro. Every time I caught the ball in the paint, I was standing dunk metering like it was my job. And y'all, I don't even usually use the standing dunk meter this year. I really don't even prefer to score on my center builds. It's just not how I play. I'm more of a get a rebound, kick it out, and then get a rebound again type of center. So I was playing out my comfort zone and still being able to score inside and out. So for my centers out there that have the mentality, if I get the rebound, I get to score, you are gonna have a lot of of fun with this build because all you gotta do is get the rebound and standing dunk meter and you are catching a body every single time. That's not to take away from the shooting of this build. In the beginning, I was a little worried about a 79 mid-range and a 74 three-pointer until I realized you still get access to Jonathan Isaac's base and that the jump shot I was using was absolutely cash even on set point. I feel like 70% of 2K players use push. I'm one of the weird ones that uses set point on every single build, including this center build, and I was greening everything, bro. I was honestly surprised with the range this build has, because I don't know about y'all, but I was under the impression that every build has a weakness. So if I can finish in the paint like Shaq, and I can shoot from beyond the three-point line like Curry, then where is my weakness? I really thought I would never get the answer to that question until I did. The 77 block and 61 interior defense just was not enough for me. Bro, I'm meant to be the defensive anchor of my team, so if they come to the paint, I need to swat that thing to Narnia, because if I can do that, my locks can play higher, they'll play more aggressive because they know that I'll get a stop in the paint. But in the words of Shaq, my paint was barbecue chicken, bro. Every time they went in the paint, they either got a green layup with an open contest even though I'm right there, or they just straight up dunked on me and made me look like a fool. Now again, I am 100% positive Dimes absolutely dominates in the paint on this build. Not even just Dimes, every professional center in the league could probably dominate on this build in the paint and nobody would ever score. This is 100% a skill issue on my part. But my point is, if I can't get a stop in the paint with this build like I can on my 6'10", then this part of the build might be a problem for casual players, because I consider myself an above average 2K player at this point, right? I just play the game for fun, and let me tell you, it is not fun getting dunked on and having that other team flop on you even when they're down like 15 points. So my one gripe about this build is that you have to be in perfect position always to get a stop. And personally, I don't like that, because whenever I like to play Rec or Pro-Am, I like to chill, bro. I'm playing it for fun with my friends. I'm not trying to be locked in, sitting up in my gaming chair, trying to stop Billy Bob 8276 from doing a floater or a contact dunk in the paint. So with all this information, let's change the #1 ranked best center build in the competitive scene to fit casuals a little more. Right after a word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. There is no better gift to give yourself for the holidays than hitting all your picks and winning big. And Underdog is making that easier for you with this special LeBron James pick, where if he scores just 1 point, you only need one more pick to hit to win big. So y'all, make sure to click the link in the description and sign up for Underdog today. And when you do, make sure to use code GRINDING, because if you do, they will double your first deposit up to $100. And on top of all that, Underdog offers special picks depending on when you sign up. For example, if you sign up before Sunday, you'll have access to this special 1-yard pick. And the best part is, no matter when you sign up, there is always a special pick promotion running. So make sure to click the link in the description and sign up for Underdog today. Thank you to Underdog for sponsoring this video, and let's get into it, y'all. Alright, y'all, so first things first, if you're gonna use this build exactly how it is, this is the jump shot that I was using while playing on it. It was so easy to time even with just silver badges that I know y'all are gonna love it when you have it fully maxed out. We're probably about to change our shooting a little bit, but just in case y'all want to use the build exactly how it was, that is the jump shot that I was using. Now, the first things I would change while on this build, I still don't believe a 99 offensive rebound is worth it. I'm sure at the highest competitive level that it is 100% worth it and you absolutely need to have Hall of Fame rebound chaser, but for Rec and Pro-Am, you really don't need that. I literally went on an 87 game win streak during the Poseidon event with a 6'10 center that had a 93 offensive rebound. I won 87 games in a row against some of the best 2K players in the world. So on a 7-1, I don't see the need for a 99 offensive rebound. We're bringing that down to a 93. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring down our defensive rebound from a 90 to an 85. Yes, I know I said that 90 was doing really well for me and I was getting every rebound, but again, I was getting every rebound on my 6'10 with an 85 defensive rebound, and we can use these attributes in other places to give us a more well-rounded build. The next thing we're going to do is solve our getting posterized every single play problem. We are going to bring our block from a 77 to an 87, which of course gives you silver chase down artists, and once we increase our interior defense to a 72, will also give us silver anchor. Now this is where I'm a little confused, because usually bronze anchor is enough for me, but for some reason on this build I just couldn't do it. Maybe I was out of position. Again, it was 100% a skill issue. I know other centers could have been in better positions than I was, but still I like to relax when I'm playing Rec. I don't like to lock in every time. So I think to solve our problem in the paint, we're gonna go silver anchor with a higher block rating. Now the next thing we're gonna change, and I probably should have started with this, is we're actually gonna up our mid-range rating to get different jump shots. I had no problem with my jump shot. I was shooting extremely well, I promise you. But something about not getting Eric Pascal's base just doesn't sit right with me to recommend for every casual player. Eric Pascal is like a bailout jump shot. It basically goes in even if you don't time it correctly. The green window is just that huge on it. So to do that, we're gonna have to lower our wingspan to 7'9", which fortunately doesn't lower any of your other stats that you already have on. It only increases, like you could get your strength to a 92 now, and we might actually do that in a second. I can't lie to you, but first we're gonna make our mid-range in 82. As well as getting access to Eric Pascal base, you also get gold catch and shoot, which is just another plus. And then we're also gonna increase our three-pointer to a 76 for no particular reason really. Corner specialist on silver, I don't really pop to the corner on my popper. It's honestly just to make you shoot even better. I'm telling you, shooting with a 74 was perfectly fine, but this is just to make it even better. Then to finish it off, we're gonna increase our strength from a 90 to a 92 to get gold bulldozer. We're gonna max out our vertical 1 point, always helps to jump higher. And then the rest you can just put on whatever you're comfortable with. You can increase your interior defense, you can increase your block, your rebounding, whatever you want to do. If you want, you could go back to almost a 90 defensive rebound so you could feel just as dominant as I did. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put an 89 defensive rebound and then a 74 interior defense for post lockdown on bronze. And this is the new build that I think will suit casual players more. In the comments, y'all let me know, which build are you rocking with? The #1 ranked best center build at the competitive level, or this build suited more for casual players like myself? If you make the first build, I think you get like a diming mid-range threat, and if you make this build, you get the build name diming mid-range threat. Okay, so it doesn't change the build name. That's always good to know. Now let me show y'all how I would upgrade this build to a 90 overall. All right, so how would you upgrade your center build that now gets Eric Pascal base? Obviously you're gonna max out your mid-range so you can get the Eric Pascal base jump shot. You're also gonna max out your three-point rating, your pass accuracy to a 92, your block to an 87, your offensive rebound to a 93, your defensive rebound you're gonna make an 85, interior defense you're gonna make a 72. You're gonna max out literally every single one of your physicals. They're probably the most important part of the entire build. This is how you're gonna dominate the entire game. And then finally you're gonna up your standing dunk as much as you can, which is an 85 standing dunk. Now if you want, all you really need is a 90 strength at first, so you can drag that down to 90 and then up your standing dunk a couple more to an 89. At that point, it's just personal preference on what you want. And then the rest of your attributes you're gonna upgrade on free throw, which is just one attribute for right now. And then you'll finish out to 90 with your speed with ball going up 1. Now again, this is how I would upgrade it because I'm not really a scoring center type of person. I don't really like doing the standing contact dunks. I'm not gonna do it often. I'd probably even lower this to an 80 just so I could like finish on slips, and then I could upgrade everything else. But if you're trying to score in the paint efficiently, then this is what I would go with. Your free throw doesn't really matter at first because with a 67, all you have to do is put on Steph Curry free throw animation and you'll be greening everything. It's the easiest free throw to time in the entire game. And your perimeter defense and steal rating can go up as you upgrade the build. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. We tested the #1 ranked center build. I liked it a lot. There was just a couple things I wanted to change. Y'all let me know if you want me to test the #1 ranked build in every single position. I think that'd be a fun little series. Get y'all some insight on what they're using in the 2K League and how we can improve it to make it better for ourselves. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.
Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Retro she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Retro she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be